iron in the soul. What's up, YouTube? This is Iron in the Soul, back today with another video. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, share this video, let me know what you think about my content. Let's get to work. Let's get right to work. Let's talk about a very important subject. Lust is not your problem. Idolatry is your problem. The problem isn't really lust, but it's really idolatry. And so I hope in today's video, I'll give you some further insight as to how to go about conquering lust in your life. This is a very popular topic online for men and women. And so I trust that this message today will serve as something that could be some additional truth or information that can help you in your journey of life. When I think about lust and fornication, it is very closely related to idolatry. Many people don't think of it that way. When we think about lust, it is very closely linked to idolatry, the Jezebel spirit, and the spirit also works with witchcraft. Believe it or not, witchcraft isn't just something that a person does when they're casting spells and things of that nature. But the very basic essence of witchcraft is, though it's manifests in many forms, it basically means control. The common denominator of witchcraft is control. And when you let a person, when you let an organization, you let a company, you let a country for that matter, people, secret societies control you, that's when you are essentially under witchcraft and mind control. So we think about lust. It is a form of mind control. It is definitely a form of witchcraft, controlling the way you think and lead you down a path of perversion. Now, many people get upset when you say that, but when you begin to really look at what perversion truly means, and perversion isn't just in the context of sex, it basically means to distort, something that is false or crooked, to commit iniquity. Pervert is to basically to deviate from what is right. And when this happens, it leads you down this path of confusion. It leads you down this path of destruction. It leads you down this path of loss. And I want you to really see that for what it is. When you go down a path of perversion, lust, now, whoredom, all of that type of stuff, it leads you down the wrong path. And if you have goals, it's going to hinder your goals. This is what you need to know. It's going to hinder your progress. It may not stop you completely, but it will definitely create a hindrance. It'll slow you down. Picture a man or woman running a race with weights attached to their legs. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to lose. And that's exactly what this type of lifestyle leads to when we find ourselves battling lust. That leads to destruction. That eventually leads to leaving the right path. And every man has to figure out what the right path is for him. And if you have goals, you have something that drives you, whatever that may be for you, that has to become more important to you than your lower nature. And that's really what this boils down to. And I don't think a lot of us think of it this way, but really, it really is idolatry. What happens when you begin to go down the path of perversion, overcome by the Jezebel spirit and witchcraft? You basically make this an idol in your heart. Israel, in ancient Israel, Egypt, they made the mistake of bringing some of their idolatry from Egypt with them to the wilderness. So the spirit that Israel brought from Egypt caused them to commit fornication and idolatry. This can be looked up in Ezekiel chapter 23, verse 3 through 8. And so those demons that they didn't leave in Egypt, right? You got to cleanse yourself when you bring those spirits with you from your past. And once you go down that path of lust and perversion and dealing with the Jezebel spirit and fornication, you open the door. You need to understand this, to some very dark spirits. That's why it is so difficult to get out. I can tell you from experience. I'm not sitting here as this perfect person. There is a reason why I am on a no-fap journey. I have made that clear. I have not hidden that from you, man. By the grace of God, I will be on no-fap 5 years in September. I could say I'm proud of that, but I don't know if I am. I think it's something that I should have done anyway, to be honest. So I can't say I'm proud of that, but I will say that I have made some progress. And I say that to say this. I know from experience, once you open the door to this stuff, it is extremely difficult to close that door. Are you hearing me? And many of us don't understand why it's so hard to close the door. Because again, when you do this, I'm going to repeat myself because I want you to get this in your spirit. When you open the door to that stuff, you are essentially opening the door, get this, guys, to a spirit of lust, fornication, idolatry, whoredom, witchcraft, mind control, perversion, and that stuff will mess you up. You can't even think straight. You can't focus on your goals. You cannot be productive as you will want to be. You can't develop yourself. It's a lot about self-development, productivity, right? Making money, building a healthy relationship with a woman. All that's fine and nothing wrong with any of that. Getting in the gym, getting on your fitness journey. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? All of this will hinder all of that. So it is crucial to your growth and your development that you break free from these spirits. I think it's so important to see this for what it is. And when this idol is in your heart, and this is a big problem in today's society, especially in the area of dating and relationships. This is a huge problem in today's dating game for you guys who are trying to get into a relationship, who are dating, you men and women. When you allow this spirit of fornication, idolatry into your heart, this takes away your heart and it results in an inability to love. Did you know that? So when you are overcome, consistently, now, let me give you some grace here. We all have our weak moments, right? I'm not saying you got to be perfect. So I know some of you listeners like, hey, man, I don't know, you on my tail again. No, this ain't about all that, man. I'm just talking to you. I'm talking to you in a way you're probably not used to, but I'm talking to you. I'm not here to beat you down. If you mess up, you know what? It's a journey. Okay, there's some room. I'm not saying you got to have this perfect path over the next, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. That's not what this is all about. But I want you just to understand when you consistently go down this path takes away your ability to love. And that makes it impossible for you to have a healthy relationship with a woman. It's not going to happen. So I guess I made it clear in about 8 minutes. This is serious stuff, man. This is serious. Once you open that door to that stuff, you're dealing with a host of demons. I'm going to say it one more time. I want you to get this and never forget this, brother. Once you open that door, I want you to understand this, you are now dealing with Jezebel. You are now dealing with witchcraft. You are now dealing with perversion. You are now dealing with idolatry, which brings in death and destruction. That's how serious this is, brothers. I want you to get this. I want you like Tupac. I want to dig in your chest. Feel me. I want you to feel me. I ain't saying it right. I'm saying it right like Tupac. Feel me. There we go. I want you to feel me. Feel this. These demons are going to start digging in your chest, man. I want you to get this. That's why you be depressed. That's why you can't focus. That's why you have no drive. I'm talking to you. It ain't because you're not dumb. You're not lazy. You're not unintelligent. You're not any of those things. That has nothing to do with it. I don't care how intelligent you are. I don't care how much, how many talents you have, how much you're motivated. Once you get into this realm, you're dealing with some spirits that you're not ready for. And you guys that are listening to this, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you wouldn't even be watching this video. Don't sit here like you perfect. No. If you was perfect, you wouldn't even be listening to this. I'm talking to you and me. I'm talking to us as men. This stuff is serious. This is destroying people, destroying marriages, destroying relationships, destroying a lot of men. And I think it's important you see it for what it is. I think I'll do in another video, I'll describe how to break this stuff. I gave you the problem today, but I'm going to close this video, and I think I'll follow up the next day with some real life practical solutions. I think that's a good way of ending this video. This is your brother Iron and Soul. Take care. God bless. Stay strong.